Hello, everyone. I hope you're staying warm. Boy, it's been cold out there. High temperature in Grand Rapids just 16 here on Tuesday. And that was 18 degrees colder than average for this time of year. So this is a chilly air mass. By the way, coldest spot in the U.S. was 45 below zero at a place called Antelope Creek in North Dakota. It was 89 above at Rio Grande, Texas, and that meant there was a 134-degree temperature difference across the United States. That's pretty amazing for Wednesday. And this is Wednesday, and that was Tuesday. I wanted to look back here very briefly at the 1899 cold wave that came across the United States. It was the coldest air mass ever in the United States, and not by just a little bit. Look at the temperatures here that we had. These are high temperatures in Grand Rapids. On the 30th, we had a high of 10, 31st, a high of just 4 above. That was 12 degrees colder than it was yesterday here in Grand Rapids. And then we had 2 days where it never got to zero. It was 3 below for a high on February 9th and 6 below on the 10th. The 6 below on the 10th was the coldest high temperature we have ever had in Grand Rapids. And we were only zero here February 11th and 12th. So that meant we had 4 days in a row where it never got above zero. So that was quite a week. The temperatures were as cold as 24 below zero in Grand Rapids on the mornings of the 13th and the 14th. And after that, temperatures tended to moderate. I'll have more on that on the blog, so stay tuned, keep a look at that, and at billsteffen.com. And we will update you more on that. You know, that particular cold wave, it snowed in Tallahassee, Florida, and the temperature went down to 2 below zero in Florida. So that's pretty amazing. Speaking of cold, here's a picture off a webcam at Isle Royale National Park. Isle Royale is out in the northwestern part of Lake Superior. Interesting place to be. There was one location on the island this morning where the temperature was 29 below zero. Of course, that's closed up. Hardly anybody there during the winter time, except the moose and the wolves. This is the Gaylord Snow Stick. The National Weather Service has a look at the amount of snow that they have there on the ground, and you can look at this 24/7. They are at, it looks like 26 inches of snow on the ground there, and that is, again, a little bit southwest of Gaylord. Here's a look at some snow depths across the area. If you take a look at the name of the town, if you look at Cadillac, the snow depth in Cadillac is off to the upper left of that. So the 21 inches refers to Cadillac and not to Frankfort or Traverse City. So it's 21 inches in Cadillac. Traverse City has 14 on the ground. Charlevoix with 23 on the ground. That purplish area is over 2 feet of snow on the ground. And it's quite a lot of snow up in the UP. There's one spot there south of Munising. It's not in the city proper, but south of Munising, where they have 4 feet of snow on the ground and 7-foot drifts, 48 inches up there. So that's pretty amazing. Well, were you here yesterday? We debuted a new sponsor here at billsteffen.com and on these video logs. I want to thank them for coming aboard. Need a fast, efficient, and affordable cleaning service? Well, Complete Care Concierge has you covered. Serving all of West Michigan, we offer one-time, daily, weekly, and bi-weekly cleans, plus move in and move out. That's important too. We also service apartment hallways and laundry rooms. Work is guaranteed. Gift cards are available if you're looking ahead to Mother's Day coming up here in May. We even clean on weekends. There's no better way to say I love you than giving a tired mom a break from dishes and laundry. Are you a busy professional? Well, pamper yourself by taking vacuuming and dusting off your plate. Are you an office manager? Well, keep your business looking and feeling its best. The number to call is 616-264-1397 for a spotless space and total peace of mind. And I tell you what, if you go to our website, you'll be able to find this number and their website, Complete Care Concierge. Check them out. I think you will be happy you did, and we thank them for coming on board here. Snow, look at this down in Missouri. They've already had 6 inches at Branson, Missouri, southwest corner, down around Mansfield, where Laura Ingalls Wilder wound up. In northwest Arkansas, there's over half a foot of snow there in places. And back across parts of northeast Oklahoma, they've had over half a foot of snow as well. Another little area of heavy snow has fallen in parts of southeast Virginia and far northeast North Carolina. Yet another snow system which is staying south of Michigan. We continue to get lake effect, and you can see some yellow here along the lakeshore, Ottawa County, Allegan County. Now this is a 72-hour forecast, so this is over 3 separate days. Yellow indicates 6 inches of snow, so a very narrow area. And if you're going to be driving down 196 down toward 94 in Benton Harbor, there'll be some periods where it'll be snowing pretty good. And again, that area could see at least several inches of snow expected here over the next 3-day period. If you get 6 inches of snow over 72 hours, that's about 1 inch every 12 hours. So not a super heavy snowfall here, but that's where the heaviest snow is going to be. And note just a trace of snow expected from Grand Rapids eastward, so we're not going to see much of anything here in inland areas. There'll be a chance of snow showers in the forecast, especially right by the lakeshore. Slick spots on the area roads. Again, watch out for driveways, parking lots, sidewalks, and those lesser traveled roads. It'll continue to be cold around here, but not as cold once we hit the weekend. We should be back up into at least the low 30s here. That's going to feel like summertime. And an end of month warm up, sending temperatures a little bit above the freezing mark here. Later today, well, we were 16 yesterday. We get to 19 today. That's a little better, and the wind will be a little lighter. I think the wind may actually be this morning closer to the 5 miles an hour than the 15. It may perk up a little bit in the afternoon here. Low temperatures, single figures. And this will look at temperatures during the afternoon. You can see not much difference across our area here with temperatures reaching about 20 in the afternoon all the way up to Traverse City when the wind coming in off the lake. And once again, we are warmer than on the other side of the lake where the sun has been shining. 12, the high temperature for Chicago, while it's 21 in Benton Harbor. Temperatures there, as you can see, Milwaukee at 15, but 20 expected in Grand Rapids. Here's your 5-day forecast. 19 degrees, cold today. We make it up into the mid-20s here on Thursday, again with some scattered snow showers. Most all of Friday should be dry, upper 20s. Then on the weekend, we get up into the 30s. Maybe we can get above freezing for a short time here during the day on Sunday. So probably dry on Friday and at least a good portion of the day on Saturday. So things will be improving a bit here. Hey, we are finally in the orange color on our 8 to 10 or 8 to 14 day temperature outlook. This isn't going to last forever, but again, very mild air moving out into the plain states here. We'll get a little bit of that, so we can at least expect temperatures here up into the 30s as we close out February and start the month of March. Some interesting ads from my daughter Michelle. Grand Rapids Griffins played tonight. I hope everyone behaves themselves. Van Andel Arena, 7 p.m. Great team and really good effort that they put in here. The Grand Rapids Rise will take you on February 20th, Van Andel Arena. That's at 7 p.m. It's interesting how they can go from hockey to the floor, which is a little bit cold, but everyone's wearing shoes for the most part when they're coming in through there. But a couple of neat sporting events, and we're proud of the teams that we have here in Grand Rapids, the Whitecaps, the Griffins, and the Rise. Folds of Honor Red, White, and Blue Gala happening at the J.W. Marriott in Grand Rapids on February 22. They provide scholarships for spouses and children of fallen and disabled service members. And look at who the MC is. It's Jack Doles. Maybe you'll tell one of his golf stories there. He's a great guy, and you'll enjoy the event there. Justin Timberlake played last night, Tuesday night, at the Van Andel Arena. Concert was rescheduled from November. In fact, a lot of his concerts was scheduled. And I think, is it tonight or tomorrow night that he's going to be over in Detroit? Daughter number 3 is a fan of Jason Timberlake. But we don't have time to talk about that too much, so we will say bye, bye, bye to Justin Timberlake. And one more thing to pass along. Michelle wants me to tell my story about flying to Boston. My dad was in the Army Air Corps, and he flew around once in a while with my mother, but I didn't fly until I was in high school. And then, and that was just once. In college, I flew once, and that was, I had to stay and take a final exam, and I really wanted to do well on this. So I put all the time I could, but I was following the hockey team. Bob Johnson was the coach, and they had made it to the NCAA hockey finals. There was a 4-team event where Wisconsin, let's see, we first played Cornell, I believe, and that was a close game, wound up 6-5, and then played Denver, and then we won the game, and then Denver had to forfeit the game. Well, we already won. What difference did it make? But I flew out there, and we wound up on flying out of Madison, Wisconsin, and we wound up flying to Detroit. And Boston and Detroit both had snowstorms going on, and so hardly any planes were flying, but we found a plane that had some of the Boston Bruins on it. And one of the people I was with talked them into letting us go on the plane with them. I didn't bother them. I didn't want to bother anybody. Um, but we wound up going to Boston, and Wisconsin wound up winning the NCAA championship, beating Denver 4-2 in the final. And I think the place was sold out. There were like 24,000 people there, so it was interesting. And then I drove back with about 6 people crammed into a Mustang. We drove back through Canada, back to Madison, Wisconsin. So that was an interesting story. Well, once again, I want you to stay warm out there. It's certainly been a cool weather pattern. Enjoy.